فيا أيها القاري به متمسكا مجلا له في كل حال مبجلا. بسم الله، الحمد لله، الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Great to have you with us in this Tajweed podcast. My name is Khalid Abu Shafi' and we are in this video presentation of the Makharij in number 5. This is the continuation for video number 4, and we still at the topic of the common mistakes when sounding the letters of Makhraj al-Halq. And we have mentioned in the video number 2 and 3 that Makhraj al-Halq has 6 letters, and among them is the Hamza and the Ha, which we have seen in the last video presentations. And today, inshallah, we are going to talk about the Ain and the common mistakes in pronouncing the letter Ain. And probably you must have heard that in Arabic language the letters have qualities and attributes, and this is coming in Tajweed inshallah presentation and podcast. But we need to mention a little bit about it. It's called the attribute of al-bayniyya or at-tawassut. Now, what does that mean? It means that the attributes for each letter in Arabic language would be divided into 3 categories. One of them is called the strength, al-quwwa, or a shidda. The second one, it's called a rakhawa, or probably you could say a da'f. And the one, it is between the hard side and the weak side. It's called at-tawassut, which is in the medium side, the medium average in between, and that's why it's called al-bayniyya. Al-bayniyya come from the word bayna, which is dharf, and this means in between. So it is in between the strongest letters and in between the weak letters of Arabic language. What does that mean? There are 6 letters there, collected in Lin Umar. Lam, Nun, Ain, Mim, Ra. 5 letters. Pardon me. Lin Umar. So one of them is the Ain, which means the Ain, it is not a strong letter by itself, and it is not a weak letter. So which means we need to spend time, but do not give hard time, and make it heavy when pronouncing when you pronounce the letters of shidda, the hard letters like ajid, qatin, bakat, the hamza or the jim and the qaf, and say iqtaraba, for example. You would say taba, ba, sirat alladhina, an'amta. So they are audibly loud, and they can be sounded with strength. So these letters are called huruf al-shidda, and the other one called huruf al-rakhawa. And in between, there's something in between. So the in between, one of them among the 5 letters is the Ain, and the Ain is not strong. So whenever you say, for example, if I give you the example which I have mentioned in this presentation, an'amta alayhim. So when we say an'amta or na'budu, let me see na'budu first. So na'budu, the ayn with the sukun. So when we read, we say اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت وإياك نعبد إياك نعبد, and pressing too much and giving so much time and so much hard emphasis on it, that is wrong. So we should not give it. And if you listen to the greatest qurra like al-Minshawi or al-Husari rahmatullahi alayhim, when they pronounce this letter, you will realize that it does not require that much time. Even though they read with the slow mode and tahqiq with the melody, but they give it the haqq of it. And the haqq of it, the right of this letter, is to be in between. So if you say Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'in, Iyaka na'budu. So don't say Iyaka na' and pressing too much and giving so much time, or do not neglect it to go the opposite. So Iyaka na'budu, na'budu, so you don't pronounce it at all. صراط الذين أنعمت, صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. The other point I would like to mention is about the word al-alamin and ta'am. Now, ayn alif and ayn alif. Most probably you'll find people make this common mistake by making it tafkhim. So for example, if I read in أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين, الذي يحض على طاعة, طاعة. So a is not mufakham, it's not a heavy letter. Ta, yes. So you would read الذي يحض على طعام المسكين, a, and not a. الحمد لله رب العالمين, not al-alamin. Similarly, when we go to the extreme of heaviness, be careful when you want to bring it into normal, do not go to the extreme of emptiness. So extreme of emptiness is to make the imala. In Arabic language, we will come inshallah one day to talk about the taqli, the imala in riwayat Hafs, which exists only in one ayah. So when we say instead of making the tafkhim, to make it normal, I try my best to not to make ta'a, ta'a. I would say ta'a, and then I will go to the extreme of emptiness, and that is called imala or taqlil. So you should be careful not to make ta'a or ta'a. So it is just exactly as it is in the Quran, al-fath. It's called al-fath and not al-imala. الذي يحض على طعام المسكين, الحمد لله رب العالمين. This is another example in this presentation, in this slide, where also the common mistakes in neglecting or giving more emphasis. For example, إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. إياك نعبد, same as يعلم, نعبد, يعلم. Instead of saying نعبد, neglecting, or يعلم, neglecting, or giving more, يعلم, نستعين, 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 نستعين. Slightly. It is in between. It is not heavy, it is not light. The other example, فذلك الذي يدع. There is a shadda there, and be careful not to stop the sound, because one of the quality and description and definition of shidda is to stop the sound. For example, I give you the example. This is not the lesson of about the sifat and the qualities, but we will talk about the attributes of letter later on, inshallah, in the presentations. But just look at the example. If I say, for example, among the letters are ajid qatin bakat, ba, jim, ta, qaf, kaf. So if I say aq, you find that the sound stops there. Aq doesn't go further. Ak, at, aj, ab. The sound stops. That stopping of sound is called shidda in Arabic language and in tajweed. So the ayn is not like that. So when you say فذلك الذي يدع, and you stop there to make that shidda, it's wrong. فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم. Join it and slightly make that sound of bayniyya in between, but do not emphasize on the shidda. Now in this next presentation, which we are looking, the next and this one, we can see that the common mistakes also, whenever it is the letters of ayn comes followed by another letter ayn. Have a look at this ayah. من ذا الذي يشفع عي. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه. يشفع عي, and not من ذا الذي يشفع عنده يشفع عنده. I made the idgham as I made the two letters as one letter. That's called idgham mithlain. But idgham mithlain, it should be in a sakin and mutaharrik. This one is not sakin. They're both of them mutaharrik, which exist in some qira'at. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه. يشفع عن. Give the time for U and give the time for I exactly the same level and the same amount. Similarly, the example of تطلع, and this is common if you teach small children and small level of people who are beginners in the Quran. تطلع على الأفئدة. تطلع ع. So they're similar. Be careful not to neglect one of them. Specifically, I mention the last one, which is the first one before coming to the second ayn. People neglect or make it as one. تطلع على الأفئدة. تطلع على الأفئدة. So let's see in this last slide. Have a look at this ayah. We see the ayn, and then next to it is the ha. Now the ayn, the makhraj of the ayn, actually it is in the middle of the throat. So we have the top, the bottom, the middle. And when I say the top, it means the closest to the mouth, and that is called adna al-halq. Aqsa al-halq in Arabic language means the farthest distance from the mouth, and that is for hamza and ha that we have seen in presentation number 3, which is in video number 3. But now we are in the ayn, and the ayn is in the middle, which is the middle part of the throat, which is not in the same point of articulation as ha. So what happened, it is hard, and it's an effort and exercise for someone to say ألم أعهد إليكم. ألم أعهد إليكم. So what happened, instead of saying ألم أعهد إليكم, you would say ألم أعهد إليكم, dropping the ayn and saying the ha, or dropping the ha and saying only the ayn. ألم أعهد إليكم, not to say the ha. It's very hard. It's an exercise of an effort for people who the parts of the throat are not exercised for the Arabic language letters. And the ayn is very famous, which is called ta'atish. It's mu'atash, which you need to, it's 30 letter that needs a little bit of time slightly to be pronounced. ألم أعهد إليكم كلا لا تطعه واسجد. كلا لا تطعه. لا تطعه. So do not stop, of course, do not pause. But I'm giving an example. It's a little bit hard, but by training, making this sound, how do we train? Making the training for those who have never pronounced the 6 letters. Hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghain, and kha. How do we do that? By training every day. Every day, train and train. How do you do that? Pronounce until you get it. ألم أعهد أنعمت صراط الذين أنعمت. Training and the effort and the practice makes it perfect. Jazakumullahu khairan for listening. So inshallah I see you in the next episode, and check the read with me. It is a very, very important and very precious to have a look and practice. And you inshallah subscribe to the feed. I see you in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
هنيئا مريئا والداك عليهما ملابس أنوار من التاج والحلى